Amidst the desolate scene, Sember Ville knelt on the ground, his face pale with fear, hands raised in surrender. He stammered, "I am Sember Ville, of the Ville family from the kingdom of John." From the shadows, Jin Runcandel calmly emerged, the sword in his hand reflecting the faint light. He looked at the trembling young man. "Ah, so it's you. I am Jin Runcandel. I was ordered to find you." Hearing the esteemed name, Sember was stunned, then burst into joy and relief. He sobbed, flailing his hands in the air. "Runcandel! Oh God, it's a Runcandel! I'm alive!" Jin mused. Perhaps the overwhelming happiness made Sember forget the Kinzello gang entirely, and he felt a slight pang of guilt about it. On the way back, Jin carried the unconscious Mesa on his back. Sember followed, his voice full of gratitude. "I will never forget your kindness." Jin coldly replied, "Forget it. I'm doing this for payment. Let's head back now." "By the way, Sember, why were you kidnapped by the Kinzello gang?" Sember hesitated, a hint of embarrassment on his face. "Well, I followed my lover all the way here." Jin was slightly surprised. "Lover? Did you run away with her?" Sember's face suddenly fell, tinged with sorrow. No, it's like this. The truth is, my lover passed away 2 years ago." He sank into memories, the image of a girl with golden lustrous hair appearing in his mind. But her face, her voice, even the 2 moles on her wrist, everything was exactly like when she was alive. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. There's no way I could have mistaken her. Jin listened in silence, his eyes narrowing as he pieced together the events. Everything exactly alike. This must be the work of Bubare Gaston and his shape-shifting ability. They probably kidnapped Sember Ville for ransom. Is there any connection between Bubare and Kinzello? Jin suddenly recalled the Marquis scene. This is the 2nd time I've been involved with him since leaving the Storm Castle at age 10. Something's wrong. I need to meet him in person to see what kind of person he is. He made a decision. Fortunately, his workshop is in the capital of the Carano Duchy. I'll find an opportunity to meet him while attending intermediate training. Seeing Jin deep in thought, Sember timidly spoke up. "Thank you for listening to me so attentively." Jin turned, speaking practically. "Yes, reinforcements from the main family will arrive soon. You should head back." Sember was once again startled, tears welling up. "You called the escort knights for me?" Jin thought to himself, "Not for me. They're coming for Mesa." The delivery showed out after the battle. Jin carried Mesa on his back, walking in silence. Sember called out, "Jin Nim, I will forever remember our encounter today. If you ever need my help, please let me know." Jin replied curtly, his voice tinged with weariness. "All right." The brilliant morning light pierced through the gnarled branches, signaling a new day in their return. As soon as Jin stepped into the castle's grand hall, Gilly greeted him with a radiant smile, her hands clasped together proudly. "Congratulations, young master, on successfully completing your first mission. I'm very impressed. You must be tired. I've already prepared a bath for you." "Thank you, Gilly," Jin replied with a smile. He was about to add, "You really are different," when a sharp "Hey!" echoed from a nearby pedestal, cutting him off. A black cat with glowing yellow eyes was perched, staring intently at him. Jin's smile immediately turned mischievous. "Well, well, well, look who it is. Butterfly, my dear. Were you a good kitty while I was gone?" He reached out towards the cat. Suddenly, the black cat lunged forward, biting Jin's hand hard. In pain, Jin roared in anger, and in a moment of lost control, he hurled the cat straight across the luxurious room. Gilly stood frozen, horrified by the sight. "Why did you bite me?" Jin yelled, clutching his throbbing hand. "Are you insane? Have you lost your mind?" The black cat, now radiating murderous intent, shrieked back, its voice filled with indignation and worry. I told you, don't use shadow energy release. How many times have I told you that it will destroy you? It's all for your own good. Listen to me." Listen to what? There's nothing to listen to, Jin retorted, his neck veins bulging. Is there anything more important in this world than the life of Solder, its only contractor? In the midst of their heated argument, the black cat suddenly transformed back into Murakan's human form. Gilly gasped in alarm. "Sir Murakan, the young master has just returned." Murakan abruptly stopped, turning to look at Gilly with a terrifyingly serious expression. "Did you forget strawberry cake? This is a serious matter." Gilly stammered, "Oh yes, I understand." Murakan yelled, "And this pendant too. Is it just for decoration? This isn't something you can wear so casually." Facing Murakan's rage, Jin Runcandel maintained a resolute expression. He clutched the gem on his chest, replying loudly, "That would be a waste. Who knows how strong the enemies I'll face will be?" Waste? Murakan, in human form, was so stunned that blue lightning flickered around him. Gilly quickly called his name, while Jin, bewildered, couldn't understand why the black dragon's reaction was so fierce. "This damn brat!" Murakan roared, lunging forward, but was immediately held back tightly by Gilly's arms. Amidst the chaos, Jin unexpectedly spoke in a calm tone. "But how did you know that I unleashed the sword?" Murakan replied matter-of-factly, "Your dark energy suddenly skyrocketed from 3-star to mid-4-star. How could I not know?" Jin looked at his palm in surprise, where a swirling dark blue-black energy pulsed. "I did feel a surge of dark energy, but I didn't expect it to increase by a whole star rank." Black Cat Murakan added, "You should thank Solder its grace." While Gilly was still trying to restrain Murakan in his human form, the legendary Black Dragon began to explain gravely. 10 people have experienced a dark energy poisoning state. Oh no, now it's 11. Anyway, 9 of them died. I am one of the 2 survivors. "So who's the other one, the founder?" Jin asked curiously. "No, it's me. If it were Timar, he'd be dead already," Murakan replied, a subtly puzzled look on his face. "Huh," Jin softly uttered, suddenly understanding something. He and Murakan were, essentially, the same. A wave of relief washed over him. Jin lightly rubbed the back of his neck. "Don't worry, I don't want to go through that pain a second time either. I'm going to take a bath." With that, he turned and walked away, leaving Murakan and Gilly behind. The strawberry cake! We must make young master starve so he can straighten himself out," Murakan cried out in despair. "Then I'll go prepare a meal for the young master," Gilly gently said, then also turned and followed Jin. Left alone, Murakan slumped to the floor in utter despair, his eyes vacant. Strawberry cake. I'm so jealous." Elsewhere, 2 voices echoed in the darkness. "There's no way Jin could defeat a White Wolf Tribe warrior." Of course, perhaps it was just a bandit wearing a wolf skin. Delivery room bathed in golden sunlight, Myu Runcandel sat across from her sister, skepticism clear on her proud face. "He's only just become a 3-star knight. How could he possibly kill a white wolf? Even so, it's impossible. It's even more absurd than Mother believed it instantly." Anne Runcandel leaned back in her chair, a mysterious smile playing on her lips. "Oh no, perhaps it is possible," she slowly replied, "if the wolf our youngest brother faced was particularly weak." Her sharp golden eyes narrowed, then turned towards the 2 figures huddling by the large door. "Don't you 2 agree? Haytona Daytona?" Suddenly called by name, the twins startled, awkwardly replying, Of course." Thinking their sisters weren't paying attention, Daytona leaned close to his twin's ear, whispering worriedly, "Could it be that Jin really killed it?" Haytona, with white hair, gently shook his head, his voice full of doubt. "No matter how much of a monster he is, it's impossible." Daytona continued in a trembling voice, "The problem isn't whether he killed a white wolf or not, it's that he'll now be admitted to the intermediate class. If Jin goes to the intermediate class, we're done for." In the twins' minds, Jin appeared as a demon with glowing red horns and shining eyes, gripping his sword, a ghastly smile on his face. Both sighed deeply, their shoulders slumped. How frustrating. Yeah, that's right. "Hey, you 2 idiots!" Myu's knife-sharp voice cut through their thoughts. "What are you 2 loudly whispering about? Are you that afraid of our youngest joining the intermediate class?" No way," Daytona quickly denied. Anne leaned forward, her smile turning meaningful and dangerous. Be honest with your sisters. What I hate most in this world are lying mouths. Her eyes darkened, one golden eye glowing threateningly, to the point I just want to rip it off. Faced with the terrifying threat, the twins cringed, confessing in unison with alarm, "We're scared of Jin." Seeing this, Anne's expression immediately softened, her smile becoming strangely gentle. In that case, how about we sisters help you two out? Daytona and Haytona looked up, surprised, asking, "How?" Anne's voice rang out, both commanding and condescending. "Our slaves. I'm especially lending them to you, so make good use of them. You can take them and teach the youngest his place. You see, we don't like them either." The setting for this cruelty was the Runcandel family's intermediate class, a place where the law of the jungle was absolutely upheld. Here, knight cadets from 3 to 5 stars, both newcomers and those who had honed their skills for over 10 years, all had to fight for survival. And in this harsh world, Myu and Anne stood at the top, freely choosing a few cadets, turning them into chained slaves, obeying all their commands. Sitting on a luxurious armchair, Myu quietly observed with a look of pride, while Anne continued to utter an implicitly threatening warning. "However, if you don't do it properly, then prepare yourselves, my beloved little brothers." Meanwhile, in another part of the mansion, Jin Runcandel stepped out of the bathroom, a cotton towel draped over his shoulder. He quietly pondered his progress. "I've successfully completed my first mission, and it's been decided that I'll enroll in the intermediate class. My shadow energy has also reached 4 star. He looked around the lavish room, his eyes shining with determination. "To fully unleash the power of shadow energy, I need to reach 6-star swordsmanship within the next 5 years. He raised his hand, contemplating the levels of power. 6-star means a formidable swordsman, 7-star is a master, but for ordinary people, that's already the limit. If one reaches 8-star and higher, they become an anomaly. Among the 2 billion people on this continent, not even 100 have reached 9-star or 10-star. Jin's thoughts paused at a magnificent figure, an existence above all others, dubbed a demigod, a celestial knight. And only one person has ever surpassed that realm. Thinking this, Jin involuntarily clenched his fist, his heart filled with an iron will. Jin looked up, his azure eyes gleaming with steely resolve. He thought to himself, "In this life I will become a celestial knight. Nah, I must surpass even that realm." Nevertheless, his mind quickly returned to reality. He knew that he would immediately face issues upon enrollment. Jin's mind began to analyze the situation. The Tona siblings are in the intermediate class. Although I haven't experienced it, I know it well. The beginner class environment is quite harmonious as the students are all young and of similar skill levels. But that was only on the surface. Once you enter the intermediate class, he continued his train of thought, where even blood relatives, regardless of age, will turn their backs on each other to hinder their opponents. The weak will never survive. In a place where strength and skill are everything, there is only one path for me. A powerful, sharp aura suddenly emanated from Jin, his eyes burning with a potent azure glow. He clenched his fists, his gaze unwavering, and made a resolute decision. With absolute power, I will completely dominate the intermediate class.